And welcome to the Scorpio reading for April 2025. This is a reading for all people who identify with the Scorpio energy or who were called to the title of the video. It doesn't have to be a reading for April 2025. Whenever you find this, you can work with this if it's helpful for you. All right, eclipse season, you guys. It's quite intense. It's quite intense, it's quite crazy, and yeah, we're looking at what's going on, general energies in the first part of the reading, relationship dynamics, second part of the reading. As you already know, I do have the astrology here on my screen if we want to check up on something that's coming up, and yeah, let's go, let's start. Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, a card of strife. This is the actual title of the card. It is a card that is about going into competition, maybe even into competition with parts of ourselves, going out and maybe fighting for something, going into conflict, but it can be a quite healthy conflict. It doesn't have to be necessarily a negative conflict. It can be a competitive type of conflict or like an athletic type of conflict. We are trying to really fight for ourselves, fight for our desires, fight for our passions, fight through our passions. It is fire energy, so we might feel a little more competitive than usual. It is a good card with the Aries energy, of course. The new moon in Aries is bringing a lot of fire energy, a lot of forward moving energy, a lot of motivated and activated energy. So this can be quite creative. It could, of course, be also putting yourself out there and in comparison with other people. Maybe feeling ready also to go into, the fight or into the competition. So this is good stuff. Saturn in Leo, so if that's something that's resonating with you, we are coming out of Two of Cups. So what we are bringing into this energy is a sense of connection. It might be something where we feel like we are fighting out of a sense of connection. We don't want to fight against somebody. We want to fight for somebody or with somebody or for something we really care for and love. It seems like it's a conflict that's coming out of love. So we know we need to put ourselves out there to be able to feel this deeper connection, or we have something in the back, an energy in the back that is backing us, that is very loving, that is very caring. It's beautiful. Two of Cups, of course, the card of love, card of emotional connection, deeper emotional connection. So it could very well be about connecting to a subject, an object, another thing, a person, but it's mostly referred to connecting to a person, of course. All right, so we are moving into... Oh, very nice, very nice. King of Cups. Oh, and the Tower. That is kind of Scorpio energy in older astrology, so it can be related to Scorpio, the Tower. But let's talk about the King of Cups first. The King of Cups is also a beautiful energy here where we step into our elevated emotional self, where we are really capable of handling our emotional life quite maturely. So we are in a mature state. The Knight of Cups has learned how to handle his emotions, how to work with his emotions, how to use his emotions to move forward. He is the sensitive king. In this deck he is a knight, but in reality it's also the energy of the king, and he has learned how to also use his emotions as a tool and a vehicle to move forward, and to kind of set goals towards his destiny. or his destination, let's put it that way. So he's a very mature emotional energy, and he wants to really work with his emotions. So he's often referred to as, for example, the artist, the therapist, the musician. It's all these type of professions where we really work with our emotional realm, and use it as a tool and as a skill set to you know, help other people maybe, or give something to other people through our emotional life. So this is really evolving. This is evolving. This is maybe fighting for something. This is maybe fighting for your own truth emotionally, and fighting for what you really feel like is right for you and right for maybe other people as well. This can come quite violently, not in a necessarily bad way. Cancer card, wow, okay, the Chariot, we have the Chariot here as well. It is, I think, a push forward. It's a push to move into the right direction. It's a quite harsh push maybe, even though you know it is really following your heart. In this sense, it's not following your logic or your mind. It is really a move towards your destiny when it comes to the matters of the heart. So you're not just like, you know, going into a direction that you're not feeling. And with the Tower, it can be quite an awakening. It can be a very intense moment. Breaking open, breaking free, breaking through in a quite drastic way. This card we want to see as something that is really connected to the pure truth, to seeing through all the barriers, all the things that hold us back, to breaking open things. And a conflict and going into conflict also, and looking at a conflict within yourself, can really help you make this breakthrough, I think, at this time. Okay, wow, quite intense. Let's look at relationships. Please like, subscribe, comment, you know the drill. Comment or don't, you know, it's not, I mean, I do read the comments and I'm really happy about the comments, but I'm not gonna trick you into, you know, believing like, oh, please comment, because it's really about the algorithm and about trying to spread these videos more. Of course, I'm not gonna, you know, pretend that we all don't know. But yeah, it would be great if you could just, you know, leave me a comment, subscribe if you enjoy this channel. Let's look at the, and I read through it, so there's that. Let's look at the relationship dynamic. It doesn't have to be a romantic thing, it can be a romantic thing, of course. So this other person, Three of Wands in the reverse. Well, interesting that the Three of Wands in the reverse is, or the Three of Wands in general in the Crowley deck, is a card of the Sun in Aries. And we do have the Aries new moon and the Aries eclipse and the Sun in Aries and the whole Aries thing going on. So this is in the reverse. And when this card is in the reverse, especially in this deck, I feel like there might be somebody, we can approach it two ways. Somebody is ready to make a move, or either in your direction or in another direction. It's like when we have Three of Wands, we might be able to take the next step, or we might also realize that there is no vision and way opening when it comes to a certain situation or connection. So it is maybe somebody also feeling like their work or something they put into a connection is not really coming to fruition, or they don't really see the results, or they don't really see the way opening up. So they might have a little bit of a hard time seeing where this is going, because the Three of Wands can also be a vision for the future. So they might not share a vision with you, or you might not have the same vision with a person. It's a little bit hard to see the way in front of you here for another person, maybe. Knight of Pentacles. Well, okay, maybe it is because, oh, the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Such a nice Lovers card, though. It might be that things are going slow from your side, and therefore they another person is having a little bit of a hard time really sharing that sentiment, because with the Knight of Pentacles it seems like you're really trying to think long term. You might be moving slower, you might not be really rushing into a situation, or you're also thinking, if it's a friendship or a family thing, like, okay, let's think about the long-term goal here. Let's think about what we want to accomplish and where we want to go. That's the Knight of Pentacles, you know. It's not so much about the rush of things, it's very much about the slow, steady movement to really get to a sustainable point in the future that we can work with in the long haul. This could be irritating for people around you, or for a specific person, that they don't necessarily share that vision. This deck is quite intense to look at. Five of Cups in a reverse. Well, it doesn't have to be that disappointing for anybody, you know. It seems like it isn't, because the Five of Cups in the reverse is like, okay, this doesn't have to be this huge disappointing thing going on when it comes to our emotional life. This doesn't have to be sad, this doesn't have to be negative, this doesn't have to feel bad, you know, because on the bottom of the deck we have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands does indicate that we do want the same thing, and we do want to move into the same direction, and we do want to do the same thing, and we kind of want to take the lead as well. So with the King of Wands, maybe it's fine if a person doesn't really see the big picture yet. It's maybe better for you to take the lead in a situation and not let them, you know, or just let them be. Let them be indecisive, or let them be not quite there yet or something. It's not so much about timing. I think you really want to make this happen, and it could be happening. And we have the Four of Wands here. Wow, okay, this is nice, because we have the King of Wands, where it's like, okay, you take the lead in a situation, making the decisions in the right timing, having a strategy. And then the Four of Cups is showing, like, okay, we are moving into the same direction, into this environment that really is for us together. Beautiful, nice, I like it. Maybe we draw some charms. All right, be careful when you're in conflict with people to that people don't put an evil eye on you, like say things, do things that weaken you without you even noticing so much. Because sometimes, you know, it's a tricky thing, this evil eye thing. It's like people might be like, oh, how are you doing? You look tired. And it is kind of like disguised as something nice, but it's really not. So make sure to be aware of that. You can protect yourself from that just in being prepared. I feel like often, of course, we can be prepared, but still it hits us. But I personally think when we are prepared, especially when we have people surrounding us where we feel like their energy is a little bit off, we can, you know, protect ourselves, and we can also hit back. It's fine, you know. You don't have to be like holding the other cheek. You don't have to be Jesus. I think you can defend in a sense, especially when it's people you have to deal with on a regular basis. It's like you say you just give a little bit of resistance or a similar energy to somebody once, and they will stop testing you, you know. And some people won't stop testing you, and that's the people you want to move away from. I don't see that happening. It's just what's coming through. This is if in this connection you're dealing with, it's a very solid connection. Very solid. It's my little rock solid charm. Oh wait, like this. And it is. It means that it is a very solid connection here. it's not easily startled. So if there's a little bit of conflict or not necessarily the same destination you're moving towards right now, doesn't mean anything really. It's a lucky charm also that's here, and a charm to chill and celebrate here with the little mushroom. We do have a magic charm here that is not coming out often, which is a tiny little crystal that you can hardly see, but I use it as my magic charm. And then we have also some clearance of memories. So somebody might have to clear some old memories before they can move towards you, or towards a shared goal. Maybe it's just some work they have to do in their own, I wouldn't even say emotional body, but they might have to clear something out from the past, so that they are ready. But it's fine because you're not in a rush. So I don't see that there is a hurry at all. This is a beautiful reading, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment, check out my channel, check out the description box. You find everything you need in the description box below. I'm an artist, musician, and a tarot reader here on YouTube, and I welcome you to my world. So see you soon, and goodbye.